Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you may be in the world. And welcome back to the Norisring for one final time this weekend, race number 4 of the NXT Gen Cup. My name is Dan Papels. Next to me in the commentary booth, as for all the other 3 races, is Fredrik Lestrup, founder of the series. It's a beautiful day here in Nuremberg. It's 23.7 degrees, the track temperature. A beautiful day to go racing, Fredrik, for a second time. We've already had one race that's given us the following grid for this race. Filip Bartos will take it from the pole position. Best starting position for him, Fredrik.
Yes, very well done from Filip Bartos in the e-car Expo car. So obviously he finished 8th position in the last race, which gives him the pole position for this one. Really happy for him. He drove the complete season last year. This is obviously a big chance for him to do a good result. So really happy for him. Let's hope that the nerves are staying within the helmet, no mistakes. And here we have Alex Gustafsson, 2nd position, obviously very strong, good in the racecraft, so he's got a good shot at winning this race. He hasn't won a race yet. He competed last season as well, but hasn't.
Then it's Patricia Stalizzana, her best starting position of the season as well, looking concentrated in that car. Eager to get a victory, eager to get a podium, take a trophy home. Then it's Linus Kjellelund. He started from the pole position in the last race. With the limited experience he had, he was able to quite fairly hold his own and finish that race in P5. Great finishing position for him there. Starting from P5 is Enzo Holman. He's got a great shot once again for the victory in this race. Once again, looking concentrated, focused on what he needs to do to go forwards. Then it is Victorin Nielsen in the Varta car. P6 for him. The first time this weekend, he's not starting from P3. That damage on the car earlier in the weekend during free practice. Contact with Siri Högfeldt there. Then it's Lucas Stiefelhagen. Provided us with some great overtaking maneuvers. A great show in race 3. Had to come from P8 that time round. This time it's P7 for him. Once again, looking to go forwards. Finished 2nd in the race earlier on. Then it's our winner from race number 3, Kelvin de Groot. First victory for him in the NXT Gen Cup after 2 second place finishes in the race. He's looking to indeed, Kelvin, go forwards. Then it's Lawrence Rule, the number 23. He had a good race earlier on. Started, I think, as well from P9 there. Didn't quite manage to make his way forward. Looked into the data together with his engineer. Knows what he needs to do better for this one. So let's look if he can put it onto the track. Then it's Graham Hofmans in P10. Jacqueline Kreutzpointner P11. Then it's Sophie Hofman in P12. P13 for Siri Högfeldt. P14 for... I think the runner, yes indeed. Alessia Runner, or Alessia Kreutzpointner in P15, excuse me, and Benjamin Mazetis in P16.
Exactly, so we've had 3 good races. Obviously Benjamin, he had a drive-through penalty in race 1. Unfortunately, the race director gave it to the wrong car. So Alicia Kreutzpointner had to take a drive-through penalty, but it wasn't for her. So that was a mistake by the race director. We all make mistakes. And Benjamin Masates had to take a 30-second penalty after the last race, which makes him starting the race last. So we've got a 1-minute board. Patricia needs to close her door soon and get ready so she can start the race properly. Obviously making sure she's got some fresh air in the car before the race. And 30-second board soon, and we will have a direct start when the lights go on, and then off.
Yes, indeed, Fredrik. These last seconds before a start, what goes through your head as a driver?
I mean, obviously they're nervous. I've been a race driver myself. You're always very nervous, especially when you're starting in the front. You've got a lot of pressure. You want to perform. You've got your family, your sponsors, everyone here. So now it's just focus on the lights and make sure that you focus forward.
Yes, indeed. We're waiting for that final red light to go out. Yes, there they are, the fans. They've been here all weekend long, all day long. So, of course, a big, big thank you to everyone who stayed to see this race. And I can tell you, you've made the right decision because you do not want to miss this race. It's going to be a great one. We're waiting for the 5 red lights to go on and to get underway with racing. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5... And we're underway at the Norisring for the final race of the weekend. Filip Bartosz with a good start, a bit of wheel spin. Patricia Stalizzane with a good start, immediately pulls along. We were 3 wide going into the first corner. There's contact between the three. Well, it was Patricia Stalizzane in the middle. Alex Gustafsson trying to pull to the left-hand side, but we're all still clean. Alex Gustafsson on the inside takes first position from Filip Bartosz. Enzo Holman starting from P5. Looking to take over P2. Filip Bartosz still has a chance though to take back that first position. He's lost into the first corner up the inside of Alex Gustafsson into the Sherla S. That's great from Filip Bartosz, a bit wide maybe on the exit, but that's great fighting spirit from Filip. This is exactly what we were expecting from him and what he was expecting from himself. Needs to defend this race in order to keep that first position. Is doing that in these early stages. Alex Gustafsson though not looking to give up on this, Fredrik.
No, and it looks like Patricia Stalizzane has broken the steering, so she's falling back. She's actually lost position soon, I think. So sadly she touched the doors on both sides. She's broken the steering and she's falling back. So Alexander Gustafsson, he's got a good chance. He's got a little bit of a gap. Filip Bartosz has lost the position down to third place at the moment. There's a drag race. Victor Nielsen fighting hard for the second position. Lucas Stiefelhagen, P4 at the moment. That's good for him. And Linus Schannelund obviously trying on the inside, maybe into turn 1 on Lucas Stiefelhagen. No, he slots in behind. There's no need to take a risk this early in the race.
Filip Bartosz loses 2 positions in one go there. Might be about to lose 3 positions in one go. Holds his own against Linus Schannelund, but Victor Nielsen and Lucas Stiefelhagen both able to get past on Filip Bartosz. But not all hope is lost, Fredrik. You're in this race as long as you stay with the pack, and it's a big pack. Good slide there from Kelvin de Groot, wrestling that car through the Sherla S. This is great to see from the Dutch driver. Struggling a little bit, it looks like. Lucas Stiefelhagen has looked strong all weekend. Victor Nielsen maybe in a little bit of a defense on Lucas Stiefelhagen. Went for the overtake immediately on Alex Gustafsson. Alex not taking too much risk here too early on. Maybe wants to just get away with this leading pack. Lucas Stiefelhagen now trying to take that position as well from Alex Gustafsson. Alex Gustafsson allowing Lucas Stiefelhagen to pull alongside, pull ahead. He's going to tuck into that slipstream now, and he's going to try and work together with this top 3. Enzo Holman up the inside of Filip Bartosz to take P4 from him. Once again, we're 3 wide into the first corner. Alex Gustafsson gets touchdown. Contact between Enzo Holman and Alex Gustafsson that allows Linus Schannelund to get past. And once again, it's Filip Bartosz at the wrong place at the wrong time. This is the overtake from Lucas Stiefelhagen and Alex Gustafsson. And well, that was a crucial moment. Here is...
And Victor Nielsen obviously doing a massive lunge into the last corner. That's how he gained the lead of the race. And Lucas Stiefelhagen also followed and gained. Here you can see Enzo Holman was a little bit too close. He was pushed from behind and accidentally touching Alexander. They're hitting the front wheels. I hope they both have a straight steering so they can continue. And obviously Filip Bartosz had to avoid all the carnage, and he lost a few positions. So what an unfortunate for Alexander Gustafsson also. Let's hope that the steering is not too bent.
You can see 2 drivers on a timer screen in the pits, Fredrik. That is Patricia Stalizzane. I have a feeling that's either a bent steering or a puncture after that contact. Very easy with side-by-side contact. Lawrence Rule.
That's a hard hit. That's a hard hit by Lucas Stiefelhagen out of the last corner into the wall.
He's pushing.
And he's had to...
Oh, no! Lucas Stiefelhagen, after what was such a successful weekend for him, second in the championship. This is big, Fredrik, big. Stopped out on track. That was a big hit into the wall. I think that was coming out of the first corner. Lucas Stiefelhagen stopped out on track. Let's see what this is going to do with the race. This might be a neutralization. Enzo Holman in P2. Victor Nielsen, once again, doing what he needs to do. And with Kelvin de Groot in P4 only, this could mean that he will pick up the lead in the championship. We'll have to wait. We're only 4 laps into what is a 12-lap race.
Kelvin de Groot overtaking Linus Schannelund, fighting for third position, having a good exit. So what unfortunate for Lucas Stiefelhagen. Obviously it was his own mistake. Trying to go on throttle probably a little bit too early, trying to use all of the track, but ending up touching the wall.
Oh, look at that. Linus Schannelund using push to pass. This might be smart with the car stopped out on track and maybe a neutralization soon. Maybe getting a couple of extra positions might be handy. Linus Schannelund defending the inside on Enzo Holman, going into the first corner, showing his elbows to him, and finally Linus Kjellelund showing a bit of fighting spirit there. That's great to see from Linus. Gets up into P2, and remember, this driver had no experience in a real car coming into this weekend. Enzo Holman up the inside of the Shirley as the boat goes side by side. It will favor the inside for the second part, but Enzo Holman manages to get that overtake done. That's brilliant by the Swedish driver.
That was a really important move by Enzo Holman, keeping that position, not letting him pass him and pull away. So he made a really nice move using his experience. And obviously Calvin de Groot now trying to get some good exit speed. He's taking a higher line. Enzo needs to defend. Let's see how they go on the straight. And Linus Kjellelund really needs to fight for his positions. He's got no experience compared to the guys around him. So maybe Enzo has a little bit of a gap now. No one seems to be using push to pass. And here we can see Patricia obviously not happy at all. She's getting some comfortable support there from friends and family and boyfriends. That's a shame. She would have been fighting for the
DTM driver.
Exactly. She would have been fighting for the podium finishes for sure.
Maximilian Paul also had a DNF earlier on in the DTM race. Not the best the best Sunday for them, let's put it like that. Well, back to the front of the field, Victor Nielsen still leading the way. Enzo Holman in P2, fending off that chasing pack of Linus Kjellelund and Kelvin de Groot. Graham Hofmans up into P5. He's doing amazingly as well. Alex Gustafsson into P6. Not a great position for Alex Gustafsson at the moment. Mr. Consistent has also been overtaken by Philip Bartosz. Might there be some damage that we don't know of, Fredrik? Because of course he was leading this race earlier on. Contact with Enzo Holman, maybe some steering damage there.
Enzo Holman almost did the same mistake like Lucas Stiefelhagen did. He was very wide. He probably had to go off throttle not to hit the wall there. So they're really trying to push harder now. Linus Kjellelund trying on the inside. He will be on the wrong side going into the hairpin. But maybe he can take a wider line and focus on the exit. But you need to watch out because there's a red car launching up on the inside for sure going into turn 1. And here he comes.
Is he going to make it 3 wide? He's definitely going to have a look. Enzo Holman up the inside once again of Linus Kjellelund. We've seen this before. Fighting spirit shows.
Oh, what a good exit from Linus. Look at it. It's got a really good exit. So the next corner is a right-hander. Enzo is pushing him in the side, bending the door a little bit. So they're doing too wide into the chicane. There's a left-hander. Enzo will for sure be the first one out. He needs to watch out, not too wide now. And Calvin de Groot is benefiting from this.
Yes, indeed. The slower speed that Linus had to take in because of a tighter line is exactly what Calvin de Groot was looking for. Now he is using maybe a little bit of push. Yes, indeed. Gotten past both of them, needs to make it stick now. A little bit of a lock up into the last corner. Victor Nielsen, however, running away with things at the front. 2.8 seconds the gap, but it's a great scrap though behind him for P2. Enzo Holman dropping back to P3. Kelvin de Groot taking 2 positions in 1 lap, using another push to pass maybe to get away from these 2.
I mean, we must compliment Graham Hofmans. He started far back. He's in 5th position. He's got the fastest lap of the race, 1:05.1. He's catching up with this group, and Philip Bartosz staying in 6th position at the moment. That's also really well. So it's still a good fight. Linus and Enzo, they need to focus forward. They need to not lose ground to Calvin, which they are at the moment. So I think Enzo is getting a little bit frustrated at the moment. Come on, guys, keep it clean, keep it clean. So identical situation on a big slide from Enzo.
Big slide for Enzo Holman. The same is the case for Linus Kjellelund. This is allowing the chasing back Philip Bartosz, Graham Hofmans to both catch up. We still, Fredrik, have 4 laps to go. We've only had 8 laps, it looks like, and it has seemed like we've already had about 20-30 laps of action. This is great racing out on track. The chasing pack has got up. Philip Bartosz having a look up the inside of Graham Hofmans. But look here, this is crucial. The lock-up from Kelvin de Groot, but he stays ahead. He leaves the 2 coming out of the corner with another use of push to pass. And this was exactly, Fredrik, the right decision. The 2 behind started fighting. And well, Kelvin de Groot has done exactly what he needed to do. 2.7 seconds the gap at the front of the field. Now we have to remember Victor Nielsen to push the pass.
Linus Kjellelund is attacking Enzo Holman into the first corner. Oh, and they hit, I think. I think there is contact. For sure there was contact in the first corner. This will benefit. And Philip Bartosz has passed Graham Hofmans for the 5th position.
Indeed, that's now Philip Bartosz, his place. Linus Schenelund has to watch out now. This is still a fight for the podium, so all of these three drivers in with a shot for the podium. P3, that is. It's 5 drivers that have a chance. Alex Gustafsson trying to tag along as well. Looking at the lap times, there's definitely something wrong with that car. He's in the 106s, Alex Gustafsson. 3 of Linus Schenelund now having to watch out. Enzo Holman finally maybe leaving him a bit behind. Enzo Holman, no push to passes left. Schenelund, no push to passes left. Philip Bartosz, how many has he got left? We don't know at the moment. Graham Hofmann's on the outside, using some push to pass, trying to get past the 12 of Philip Bartosz, catching up to the 3. It's a podium battle here, Fredrik, slotting in behind once again Graham Hofmann's. But this is a great scrap for the podium positions, defending the inside. Philip Bartosz gets that position covered off. But it's great fighting, a lot of action in this race.
I mean, they're basically 4 cars, 4 drivers at the moment. Enzo Holman, Linus Schenelund, Philip Bartosz, Graham Hofmann fighting for that 3rd position in this race. I must compliment Bartosz. He's really found some speed in this race. Look at him. And Enzo Holman sliding out of that chicane, pushing as hard as he can. Graham Hofmann's using all of the road. They did not bend the mirror this time though, but I think 3rd position is still open. Not sure if they've used the push to pass or not, but clearly they will attack. And the Calvin de Groot locking the rear wheels again, going into the last corner. He needs to watch out so he's not making the same mistake like Lucas Stiefelhagen did.
Yes, indeed. There's no reason for Calvin de Groot to be pushing as hard as he is. Of course, he wants to catch Victor Nielsen. 2.3 seconds. Did indeed gain a good amount on him. The best lap for Calvin de Groot, 1:04.9. That's the fastest lap we've seen so far this weekend without push to pass. The 3 of Linus Schenelund around the outside of Enzo Holman again. These 2 are not done fighting quite yet.
Is he doing the crisscross, trying to get a good exit? He will end up on the wrong side going into the chicane. Not really there with the exits. And here you can see Alexander Gustafsson in 7th position. He's struggling. So he was quick in the beginning of the race. He had that contact, so clearly he's broken the steering. Enzo seems to not suffer from that contact, so that's good for him. And Graham Hofmann's into the wall.
Once again, the right-hand side mirror of that car. He did exactly the same in the race earlier on. He's pushing that car as hard as he can. He's wringing the neck of it, properly wringing the neck of it. Enzo Holman once again having to defend the inside on Linus Schenelund. This is great fighting from the 2 up front. Philip Bartosz, if they keep fighting like this, might be the laughing third. Here's that contact from Graham Hofmann's. Only the mirror once again, Fredrik. That's great precision from the young Dutchman. Maybe has a little bit of a scratch on the fenders of the car, but it's great precision from the young Dutchman. Linus Schenelund still trying to get onto the podium. It would be great for him to take a trophy home. Philip Bartosz still trying to hunt both of them down. Enzo Holman going deep
Holman
into
was
turn
a little
1.
bit late there. Will Linus be able to pass him before the chicane, be in front of him and into the right-hander? So Victor Nielsen in the Varta car obviously leading with 2.2 seconds. Linus cannot really do it. He cannot really catch him. Philip Bartosz is following now, waiting for them to make a mistake. It's the last lap. We've got 1 corner to go. Do they have any push to pass left? Will they be able to do something going out on the start-finish straight?
Well, Victor Nielsen has once again run away with it. The battle for 3rd. This is Linus Schenelund going to try the outside into the last corner. It's going to be great racing against Holman. Forced to go to the inside. The switchback tried from Linus Schenelund. It's not quite going to be enough. The 50 of Victor Nielsen is going to pick up his 2nd victory of the season, the 2nd victory of the weekend.
Philip Bartosz using push to pass. Where will he end up?
Pass to the line. It's going to be a photo finish. Philip Bartosz, 3 cars within 0.3 of a second. That's great strategy by Philip Bartosz as well, but it wasn't quite enough. Fredrik,
what a race.
What a race that was. We have to touch also on the fact Calvin de Groot, 3rd, 2nd place of the season, 3rd, 2nd place of the weekend, and finished on the podium every race so far. Enzo Holman finally getting that 2nd podium of the season. Well, a well-deserved and hard-fought for podium as well. Had to hold on to the line to Linus Schenelund and charging Philip Bartosz with that push to pass.
I'm really impressed by Linus Schenelund. Obviously, this is his 4th ever race in a car. First time at a street circuit, first time in the NXT Gen Cup. He's fighting for podium positions. He's done a really good, what's the word? He's done a really good step forward in this race weekend. Obviously starting in the front at the beginning of the weekend, making a lot of mistakes. Now he did no mistakes, fighting for that proper third place position.
This is indeed what was the case. Well, let's look at the results then for this race. Victor Nielsen takes his second victory of the season on the weekend. Kelvin de Groot finished on the podium all races. Enzo Holman P3, Linus Schenelund P4, Philip Bartos P5, Graham Hofmans P6, Alex Gustafsson in second, and Celia Högfeldt in P8. Then it's Benjamin Mazetis in P9, Sophie Höfman in P10, then Jacqueline Kreuzpointner P11, Alicia Kreuzpointner P12, Chantal Röna in P13. Our non-finishers are Lucas Stiefelhagen, Lawrence Ruhl and Patricia Stalitzane. Sadly, we saw all three of them retire. What a race that was. It had everything fighting throughout and a great top three. Kelvin de Groot finishing on the podium in every race so far this season. It's been a great start to the season for him. This secures his top spot in the championship coming out of this weekend. Victor Nielsen doing everything he needs to do to pick up that second place. Well, a great victory once again for Victor Nielsen, ran away with it again, and Enzo Holman with his second podium of the weekend.
Gen Cup mit einem wirklich spektakulären Rennen zum Abschluss hier auf dem Norisring. Ich darf aufrufen aufs Podium. Herzlichen Glückwunsch dem Drittplatzierten Enzo Holman. Der Zweitplatzierte, und ich würde sagen, kein Podium ohne ihn, ohne den Zweitplatzierten, Kelvin de Groot. Und er stand an diesem Wochenende zweimal ganz oben. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, Victor Nielsen. Und zu Ehren ihm, dem Sieger Victor Nielsen, nun die Hymne von Dänemark. für den Sieger für Victor Nielsen und stellvertretend für einen der Serienpartner für die Firma Bondex, Martin Sandner, mit dem Pokal für den Drittplatzierten Enzo Hollmann. Der Zweitplatzierte, 4 Rennen, 4-mal einen Pokal für Kelvin de Groot. Und der Laufsieger, 4. Rennen auf den Norisring, Victor Nielsen, der junge Mann aus Dänemark. Und einmal get together on the podium, please. And I would say after that, the pictures in the front of you. So waiting a second for Martin Sandner. And after that, give him a chance to leave the podium. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for champagne.
At last, a great podium celebration by our top 3. Victor Nielsen winning that race ahead of Kelvin de Groot and Enzo Hollmann in P3. Well, what a race that was. It had everything. We've had a great weekend here at the Norisring. 2 different pole sitters, 3 different race winners. Well, we're going to thank everyone who stayed at the track, who's been here at the track. Thank you very much all for being here. Thank you very much all for watching. I'm going to thank my co-commentator, Frederick Lestrup, for being with me in the booth all weekend, and the people behind the screens and all our marshals. Thank you very much for making it happen. Thank you all very much, and we're going to see you next time out at Nürburgring when the Next Gen Cup is back. Goodbye for now.